100,000 miles, guys. This 335 is just 100,000 miles this morning, as you just saw in that clip, and I'm pretty excited about that. I know it's kind of dumb, but I thought it was cool. But anyways, we're going to be doing an oil change today. I've got some fresh Liquimoly 5W40 liquid Mulligan from FCP Euro, and also a new man oil filter right there. It's been sitting for a little bit, but not too long. And the last change I did was about 5,000 miles ago at 95,000 miles, so you know, not too long this oil's been in here, but I've had a couple of leaks here and there, and you know, I kind of want to do 5,000 mile intervals from now on with the mileage of the car to make sure this N54 keeps running happily for as long as I can get it to run. But yeah, let's get started. So first off, we're going to take off the oil filter cap right there, and I had this cap or this removal tool from Amazon. I bought it on Amazon, made for BMW's this N54 motor, and it fits just like that on there. And then you just need to take a ratchet, plug it right in there, and then we can unscrew from there. So we're going to do that, and then we'll take off the drain bolt from the bottom of the car. But for now, we need to get this one done. Got the cap off and went ahead and put it in my little oil container over here. So the cap for the oil filter housing is over here. The cap's in this sort of like thing over here. We're going to take this O-ring out, put the new O-ring in obviously later on. The old filter's here, and looks not too bad. Obviously it's only 5,000 miles, so you know, nothing really to worry about. Alrighty, so the oil drain bolt is located underneath the car, toward the front, right around the axle is, or the Alright, so just beyond the front jack pad there is a little door that's covered over here by a little flathead screwdriver flap. If you undo that screw a little bit, this flap can become free and it'll come off. And then it reveals the drain bolt right here, which is a 17mm bolt. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our drain pan and we're going to line it up somewhat over here, right? Going to get our ratchet and then take that drain bolt off. It might require some torque, but you know, if you get both hands on it, it should be fine. I'm going to put the camera down for a sec and get that bolt loosened up. The bolt is loose now, so it just means I can use my finger and kind of get it off slowly. Hopefully it doesn't spray everywhere. I got the pan kind of lined up good, just going to make sure. And oh, it's wants to come out. Hold on. And 3, 2. Any second now. There it is. Ooh, no. Shoot. That is not good. Ah. Got that disaster somewhat taken care of. It's mostly gone, but you know, there's still gonna be a little residual. But for now, we'll let this kind of drain out as much as we can. There's a little bit of a stream going on right now. Most of the oil is already out of the pan, but I'm going to do some other work on the car right now above and let this continue kind of just spilling out. There is now no more oil coming out of the oil pan, so I'm going to put the new drain plug back in. Not necessary to replace the drain plug, however mine was pretty rounded off, so I figured it'd be a good time to replace it. I'm just going to snug it up before we torque it down to spec. Just wanted to point out that even if you're not going to be replacing the drain plug, you still want to replace the crush washer on the drain plug itself, so be sure to replace that. Your new oil filter should come with one of those. I got my torque wrench into about 18 foot-pound of torque at 25 newton meters. It's the conversion. It's at about 18.439, so 18.4 is close enough. Just hand tight pretty much, but just to be safe, I'm going to use the torque wrench over here. We're going to tighten it down until we hear the click. The new bolt is all torqued up to 18.4 foot-pound of torque. We're going to put that door back on, the little plastic door, and then we're pretty much done for the bottom of the car. Just make sure you didn't spill anything else and clean up the area. So I've got the oil, 5,000 mile oil over here. I'm going to go ahead and take my syringe over here and take out whatever's left in the little oil filter housing over here, just to make sure we get a full clean slate. You know, get this stuff out of there, and then we should be good to go and put everything back together. Alright, so now it's time to install the new oil filter, but first we gotta replace the O-rings. There's an O-ring down here, it's a small little green one over here. and there's also a bigger one on the oil filter housing cap. Also, make sure you don't lose this piece over here. This little plastic piece. It may seem insignificant, but it actually can throw some codes, so make sure you have that there. If you don't, you're going to replace that housing or this element as soon as you can. But over here in the actual filter box itself, you can see it comes with a new crush washer, a new smaller O-ring, and a new big O-ring. So we're just going to go ahead and replace those. You can use pick tool to get those old O-rings off. Pretty self-explanatory. Once you've got your new O-rings in place and your new filter in the cartridge, we can go ahead and put it in the housing just like it was before. Then just tighten it up. It says 25 newton meters in the cap, but pretty much just get it as tight as you can without over tightening it with your ratchet, and that should be it. And then we can fill it up, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to fill it up with the 5-quart liquid moly container plus 2 additional quarts over here. Each just over a quart, so about 7 quarts what you need for the N54. Maybe a little bit less, just make sure you're checking along the way. There is no dipstick, of course, which makes it kind of hard to do so I want to say it's 7 quarts, but I'll check online just to make sure. I'll put a little caption right here, but that's about it. Just let the car give it a nice cold start, and then let it warm for a little bit more than you usually would. Just get the new oil flowing around through all the stuff. So, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much how you do an N54 oil change. Pretty psyched, 100,000 miles. I'm doing a lot of small things right now. As you can probably see, my engine bay is a bit of a mess. I just replaced the valve cover gasket, even though I didn't really need to. I replaced it about 6 months ago, but I probably did it incorrectly because it was leaking from the back. So redid that this time correctly for sure. I just put a new high pressure fuel pump in, and right now I'm putting new decouplers and seals on my injectors. As you can see, it's kind of going on right here. That's it for this video. Let me know what you guys want me to make next. I'm working on another video for that Android unit, just go over the functionality of that, so that's in progress. Hopefully I can get it out this weekend. I know you guys like the Android. That video's been doing pretty well, so I'll continue those videos. And I'll make a video on the C63 Android unit as well. Yeah guys, that's about it. And yeah, let me know.